Hi yarny friends, I'm Sara Sach and welcome back to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make our Christmas ornament gift bag. It also makes a really nice stuffy if you want to just stuff it. Tie this tight and use it as a fun ornament. It's made to be a gift bag. It has a drawstring at the top, and of course I put some stuffing inside so you could see. You just draw it up, tie a bow, and you've got an adorable gift bag that looks like an ornament. It's a really neat technique how we make the stripes, but don't worry, it's not hard at all. I'll walk you through it. Isn't it beautiful with these sparkly yarns? I am going to use the sparkly yarns today. I normally don't because they mess with the lighting on the camera, but I think I've got it set good where it's not going to do that today. So we'll give that a try. All right, so it measures about 10 inches tall and it's 14 inches all the way around. So it's a really nice size. Whether you want to use it as a stuffy for decoration or give it as a gift bag. Isn't that so cute? All right, so you can find the complete pattern for this on my blog, and as always, I'll put that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. To make our Christmas ornament gift bag, you're going to need some medium weight number 4 yarns. Now I'm using sparkly yarns or metallic yarns. I'm using the red and the green from Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn metallic. And then I'm using the Super Saver metallic in the gray so that it looks like silver for the top of our ornament bag. I think it works out beautiful. Now, you don't have to use sparkly yarns. You don't even have to use red and green. You can use whatever colors to match your Christmas decorations. Okay, so you're going to need 2 ounces of the red and the green, and then you're going to need 2 ounces of the metallic as well. Probably that's more yarn than you need, but it's nice to have a little extra in case you want to make more than just one. We're going to be using the H-hook 5mm to stitch up our bag. You need a needle and a pair of scissors, and then on the end of the tie here I added some fun beads. These are just pony beads. I've got a silver star, a red, a silver, and another red. You can add this if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just a little extra sparkle to go on our bag. We're going to start at the bottom of our bag and then just work our way up to that silver edge. All right, so I'm starting with my color 1, which is my green, and I'm going to make that slip knot and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to join that into a circle, so I'll put my tail of yarn over my hook and pull it through that loop and snug that down. And then tie my stay knot. Now, if you prefer to use the magic circle or another method to do your beginning circle, it's totally fine. All right, so we're going to go in, pull up a loop, and chain 3. This chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet, and we're going to stitch 11 more, so we have 12 double crochets in our circle. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I have 12 double crochets. I'm going to join to my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. Now, before we go any farther, we're going to take care of this hole. So I'm going to grab my needle. I'm going to gently pull on that string because we stitched over that when we stitched our 12 double crochets. And we'll go ahead and just weave this in. You can wait till the end if you want to, but I always just like to go ahead and get it done, then I don't have to worry about it later. There'll be other ends to weave in. All right, make sure it's nice and snug. Give it a clip. And so for round 1, we have 12 double crochets. Now for round 2, we're going to be bringing in our red and going back and forth from red and green. So I've got my red ready, and I'm going to show you how to do that when we get to that. So the first thing we're going to do is we've chained 3 in our green, and we're going to stitch 2 double crochets, and then we're going to change to our red. All right, so 1 double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3, and then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So we're going to stitch 1, and then we're going to stitch the next one, but we're not going to finish it. We're going to bring in our red. So we have 4 complete double crochets in green. We're going to stitch over our green yarn, and we're going to stitch 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Whoops, snug that down. There we go. And I am stitching over that green yarn. All right, then we go to the next double crochet and we stitch 2. So we stitch 1, and then we stitch part of the next one and bring back in our green. And now we're going to change to the green and stitch 2 double crochets, stitching over our red yarn. 1, 2, and then we'll stitch 2 double crochets in the next 1, and then we'll stitch our second one and not complete it and change to red. And see how that gives you really crisp color changes? Alrighty, so the next one we're stitching 2 double crochets, 1, 2, then we stitch 2 in the next one, 1, and then in our second one, we're not going to finish it, but finish with our next color and repeat. Two double crochets, and then 2 double crochets in the next. We do our second one, and we complete the double crochet with our red, and then that leaves 2 double crochets left, so we'll stitch 2 double crochets in that next one, 2 double crochets in the next one, and again we'll stitch 1, the second one, and finish with the green, and then we're going to join. Notice how I dropped that red? It's right behind there. We're going to go to that chain 3 and chain 3, and it's real important at the end of that row there where we stitch those last 2 double crochets in red to finish in green, because we're going to do that first chain 3 in green, and we want it to be in green. And so this is how row 2 should look. You've got 3 sets of 4 in green and 3 sets of 4 in red. So that gives us 24 double crochets. And this is how it's going to work when we change colors. We'll not finish the double crochet of the previous color, finish it in the next color like we did here, because this gives us nice crisp color changes. So now we're ready for round 3. So our chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. Now I want you to bring that red up behind there, that way we can stitch over it to get it over here to the red where we need, okay? So in the next double crochet we're going to stitch 2 double crochets. The next double crochet we'll stitch 1. Then the last double crochet of those 4 we're going to stitch 2. So 1, 2, finish it with the red, and then we'll repeat. 1 double crochet in the next, 2 double crochets in the next. There we go. Didn't want to grab it. 1 double crochet in the next, and 2 in the next, And remember, on this last one, we're going to not finish and finish in the next color. We're basically doing 1 and 2 all the way around, and we're doing them in sections of 6. All right, so 1 double crochet in the next, 2 in the next, 1 and 2, 1 in the next, and 2 in the next, 1 and 2. This is our last one in this group, so we're changing it to our red color. All right, we'll do it again. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 and 2, and finish with our next color. Again, we get nice crisp color changes when we change colors like that. All right, I'm going to finish these last 2 sections and join back to my chain 3. So I've just about completed this, and remember on your last double crochet to change back to your color 1 and then join over here. Whoops, get that right out of the way there, and chain 3. All right, and that gives us 3 sets of green that are 6 double crochets and 3 sets of red that have 6 double crochets. So that's 3 times 6, which is 18 twice. So that gives us 36 double crochets. All right? All righty. So now we're going to do 2 and 2. Make sure on this first section you start with that red, or you end up with it pulled across over here when we bring it up, okay? So we've got a chain 3 here that counts as our first double crochet. We're going to double crochet in the next, and then 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. All right, now when you're going back and forth, you might get twisted, and so I just sort of take my work and twist it out to keep it from getting twisted too much. All right, or you can twist your balls if you're using balls of yarn, or you can twist your skeins. I should say untwist, just an FYI. All right, so we're going to double crochet in the next 2. 1, 2. That brings us to our last double crochet in this group. And so now we're going to stitch 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and we're going to bring up that red and finish that last double crochet. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in each of our sections. All right, so 1 double crochet in the first 2, 1, 2, and then 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. So basically we're doing 2 and 2. 1 double crochet in the next 2, 2 double crochets in the next. We're just changing colors in order to get that fun look of a Christmas ornament. And the truth is, I've only changed colors twice. You could do it a lot more if you wanted to. It would be a little bit confusing to have lots of different colors, but it might be a fun challenge. All right, so I've changed to my green. I've got my 8 red. And so what you're going to do is you're going to continue this around. You'll have 8 green, 8 red, 8 green, 8 red, just like we do here. Repeating 2 and 2. 1 double crochet in the next, 2 in the next, and make sure you change those colors. So I've almost completed round 4. We have 3 sections of 8 of red and 3 sections of green with 8 double crochets, and so that gives us 48 double crochets. Now we need to finish this with the green, that last double crochet, and then we'll join over to that first chain 3, and now we have 1 more row to increase. All right, So let's make our chain 3. We're going to double crochet, oops, in the next 2 double crochets, and then we'll place 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. And again, when you're stitching one color, stitch over the other color, all right? And that way you don't have to stop and start a lot, add in a whole bunch more yarn, a whole bunch more tie-offs, and weave-ins, okay? That's why this technique is called carrying, because you're just carrying your yarn across till you need it. All right, so now I'm going to double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3. Always kind of tug on that just a little bit so it's not drooping. And then in that last double crochet of that color, we're going to do 1 double crochet that we don't finish and finish with the next color. And then we'll stitch 1 double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets in the next. 1 and 2. So what we're doing is what I call 3 and 2. We're doing 1 double crochet in the next 3 and 2 in the next. The only difference from doing that regularly is we are changing colors a lot. And that's what gives us this look for our ornament bag. All right, and then on my last double crochet of that section or that group, I changed back to my green color. And so again, we're just going to repeat this around. And now we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in each of our color sections. All right, so just repeat that on around. I have completed round 5. Each of my sections have 10, so I have 60 double crochets. I changed my last color and joined with a slip stitch and chained 3. Now we're not going to increase anymore. We're going to have 10 on each of our sides and start building up the sides of our ornament bag, okay? So my chain 3 counts as 1, and so I'm just going to place 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around, changing colors every 10 stitches. So no more increases. Now we're going to build up the sides of our bag. And you should be noticing that it's starting to curl up some because we want it to do that to form the walls of our bag, okay? So now I'm going to change to my red, and then I'll stitch over my green like I did the red, and just stitch 1 double crochet in each of those 10, changing colors on the last one in that section. Oops. This would look really cute in red and white. It would look like peppermint. All right, so I changed my color, and I'm going to continue around stitching 1 in each of those 10, changing colors on the last section or the last double crochet of that section all the way around, and join back to our chain 3. So I have completed round 6. You can see it's already starting to curve in, and we're going to continue to do this in order to form the sides of our bag. And so what you're going to do, you do have 60 because we didn't do any increases, so we have 60 double crochets. But what we're going to do is we're going to repeat row 6 for 7 more rows. Do it exactly the same that we did row 6. So we're going to repeat row 6 for 7 more rows. I have completed those 7 additional rows. Really pretty. And then we changed to our green and then joined to our chain 3. But I did not chain 3 because I'm bringing in my silver yarn, and I want this first one to be a chain 3 in silver. Because what we're going to do now, pull that string a little bit, is we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around using our silver or our gray metallic yarn. And this is going to resemble just the top of an ornament. You know, most ornaments have that silver hanger. And so we're just going to stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around using this beautiful silver yarn to represent the top silver portion of an ornament. No changing colors, just sticking with our silver yarn. One double crochet in each stitch around. I completed that row of 1 double crochet in each around, and again we have 60 double crochets. I joined to my chain 3 and chained 3. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this row for 2 more rows. So I have 3 rows of solid double crochet in my silver or gray metallic color. All right, so we're going to repeat this row, which is R14, for 2 more rows. I have completed those 2 additional rows, so I have 3 rows of my gray metallic or silver on the top. All the way there. Alrighty, so I'm going to join to my chain 3, cut my yarn. We're going to go to that next set of loops and pull that to the inside. There we go. And now I have a few ends to weave in. And I'm going to do that real quick with my needle, and then I'm going to show you how to do the drawstring. So I'm still using the silver because the tie sort of represents the hanger on the ornament, but of course you can use any color you want for your tie. And all we're going to do is start with our slip knot, and we're going to chain 100 chains. I've chained 100 chains. I've cut my ties, and I like to put a knot on the end of each of my chains right up close to where I ended. It just makes me feel better that it's not going to come undone. And you also notice I have pretty long ends on mine, and that's because I'm going to add some beads once I get it strung through or laced through. Now you need to decide where you want the front of your bag to be. And I don't know, it doesn't matter to me really. So I'm just going to put it right here. And what I do is I take my hook and I put it backwards, and I go through every 2 stitches like that, and I just start pulling it through. I think it makes it a little easier. And I'll do this all the way around my bag, going through every 2 stitches. And I'll do this till I get back around to the front. So I've laced my tie through every 2 stitches, and I've got it on the front here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these 2 together. Push it up as close as I can. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and trim this so that my ties are the same size. And I'm going to put this on my needle. And it's a little bit tricky to get 2 strands of yarn in one needle. So what I do is I fold it down really flat and then sort of ease it in there. All right. So I'm going to grab my beads that I've chosen. I've got some red and silver ones and a star. All right, so I'm going to push them up there. And then I'm going to tie a couple of knots. I want to make sure that star's not going to slide off. All right, that's on there nice and secure. And so now I have some fun little beads on mine. Now you could, if you wanted to keep them separate, do beads on both of them. But I like to do it this way. That way I don't lose my tie. And so then I just gather that up and tie that in a bow. And you've got your bow here. There we go. And your hanger here if you want to hang it up. Or you can get your stuffing. Got a little ball of stuffing here. And just stuff that inside. And of course, tie that up and it becomes a fun ornament that you can set around your house for decoration. So it's really up to you what you want to do with your ornament bag. It's just super cute.